Hello friends, welcome to Force Tutorials. Myself Harish, this is part 15 of SQL tutorials. In this video, we'll learn datetime functions. So let's check what are different datetime functions that are offered by SQL Server. Different datetime functions are current timestamp. It returns current date and time in YYY, MMM, DD format along with the timestamp. Let's check current timestamp function practically. We'll go to SQL Management Studio. We'll say select current underscore timestamp. When we run this statement, when we run this statement, it will return current date along with the timestamp. So now if you check, it has written 2020, that is YYYY, 9, that is MM, DD format, that is 26, and along with the timestamp. So in this way, we can use current timestamp function. Let's check other date function. The next date function is date add. It adds date slash time interval to the date and returns a new date. So let's check date add function practically. We'll go to SQL Management Studio. We'll say select date add. So if I want to add 1 month to current date, so I will say 1 month comma 1. How many months? I want to add 1 month to this date. So I will say 2020 09 26. So what it will do, it will add 1 month to this date. So it will return 2020 10 26. When I run this query, it will return that. So when I run this query, now if you check, it has added 1 month to this date. That is 2020. Instead of 9, it has added 1 month. So 9 plus 1, it is 10. So it returns 10. So 26, and it returns the new date. So in this way, we can use date add functions. We'll check other date function, that is date diff. It returns the difference between two dates. So let's check date diff function practically. We'll go to SQL Management Studio. Suppose if I want to find how many days difference is between two dates, so I will say select date diff. So I need to specify the interval, that is a day. So I want to find how many days difference is there. So I will say day between two dates. So I will say 2020 09 26, 2020 09 09 28. Sorry, single quotation complete. So when I execute this statement, it will return the difference between these two dates in days. So there is how many days different? There is 2 days different between these two dates. Suppose if I want to find the month difference, I will specify here month. So if I specify 10, so it will give me how many months difference is there between these two dates. So in this way, if I run this query, so in this way we can use datediff function to find the difference between two dates. The next date function is date name. It returns the specified part of the date. Let's check date name function practically. So if I say select date name, suppose I want to retrieve the month. So I will say month, specify the date, that is 2020 09 26. So if I run this query, it will return the month in word format, that is a alphabetical format, that is September. Suppose if I want to find the date, I will use day. So I will use day. So it will return the date from this date. So it is 26. Suppose if I want to find the month, year, sorry. So I will use year. So it will return the year. It will extract the year from this date. That is 2020. So in this way we can use date name function. So let's check the next date function, that is date part. It returns the specified part of the date. So we'll check date part function. Select date part. Suppose I want to retrieve the month, so I will say month and specify the date 2020 09 26. So when I execute this statement, it will return, extract the month from this date and will return it. So if it will return 0, it will return 9. So in this way we can use datepart function. The main difference between datepart function and a datename function is datename function returns month in word format. It returns the spelling of the month instead of the number. If you check datepart function, it returns the number. It returns the month in numerical format, that is 9, and it returns the word in, it is the name of the month, that is September. So in this way we can use datename function and datepart function. Now the last date function is getDate function. So it returns the current database, system, date and time. Let's check getDate function practically. We'll go to SQL Management Studio. We'll say select getDate, and when we run this query, it returns the system, database, date and time. In so it has returned current system, database, date and time. So it is 2020 09 26 10 28. So this is a time format. This is YYY MM DD format. So in this way we can use datetime function. This is the same example that we have looked just now. So in this way we can use datetime function. That's it for today. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.